Avenue 5 is a comedic sci-fi yarn about a luxury cruise ship full of rich passengers on an 8-week trip around Mars and Saturn that unexpectedly lose gravity while setting the record for the largest yoga class in space. 4 hours before they are due to slingshot themselves around Saturn, knocking the ship off course and setting the tourists aboard into a complete state of chaos, causing many injuries and multiple deaths. To top off everything, the disaster caused by the sudden loss of gravity, all hell breaks loose as the stupidity of the childish billionaire Herman Judd finally catches up to him, and his cruise ship empire begins to unravel before everyone's eyes. The beloved Captain Ryan Clark, the cool, heroic, all-American captain, turns out to be nothing more than a second-rate British actor playing a part.
I can be in the vicinity of a catastrophe wearing a nice hat. Anything more than that, I'm out. Look, first things first, we need to calm the passengers.
What the hell just happened with your voice? Are you Australian?
I'm English.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
That's so much worse.
I'm not a captain either.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's a driverless ship.
All right, Captain, not America. If you're not in charge, who is?
Joe. Joe was the real captain of the ship.
When a passenger named Karen overhears the trajectory of their return date back to Earth is changed from 8 weeks to 3 years, she decides to take matters into her own hands, as she quickly starts to ascend the social ladder on the cruise ship, as a strong-willed diplomat going between the pampered passengers and Judd and his hapless employees running the ship.
We know what's going on.
Yeah, we know.
We hit a patch of choppy space.
Mission Control said 3 years to get home. I was in the room.
She was in the room.
You know what? Better if one of us speaks, babe. Yeah, look, that is what I heard.
Okay.
We're all gonna die in space.
I'm gonna just get rid of that because it does look a little bit stark.
The engineer next in line in understanding of how to run the ship next to the recently deceased real captain behind the curtain is a woman named Billy who warns Ryan about Cyrus, the nerdy, weird engineer's suspicious recalculations. But Captain Ryan jumps at the idea that they could get home in 6 months, and makes the mistake of telling the loudmouthed Karen about Cyrus's trajectory.
We may just be looking at an extra
6 days.
No.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Months. 6 months. What's that? What is that?
You should have just said the word 6 months. You dangled 6 days at me, and I got excited, and then
Did
you
not
snatched it
dangle.
away.
I corrected you instantly.
You corrected me very slowly, if I may say so.
Joe, the real captain that died during the ship's loss of gravity, is launched into space, in Judd's casket. But to the crew's horror, the casket ends up orbiting the ship for the rest of their trip. Judd tells NASA to piss off, after he hears about Cyrus's trajectory, which bites him in the ass later.
I'm the alpha and the beta. I know so much. So much.
It's Omega.
When Mission Control resets gravity, nobody gets their warning because the time delay, causing the passengers to be lifted up into the air and dropped on the ground unexpectedly for a second time. Cyrus recalculates yet again and finds out the trajectory will in fact take 3 years and 6 months. After Captain Ryan makes Karen the new passenger liaison, he asks her to break the news of the new course trajectory to the passengers. Then the captain finds out that the bridge crew are really just attractive actors like himself, except they are classically trained while he was merely a wine vintner in his civilian life. And then Billy introduces him to the real engineers hiding under the ship's fake bridge. When the ship is getting ready to make another slingshot, the wetsuit breaks, leaking shit all over space.
Now, ships are constantly being bombarded by cosmic rays. It's deadly.
Every ship has a turd cloak.
That's a what?
You don't know about the wetsuit.
Look at you listening in on us. I'll explain it to you. So all this technology, and still, human feces is the best way to not get cancer in space, which reminds me, vent the wetsuit.
You know what I have written on my hand?
What?
Unclench me.
So Judd elects Captain Ryan to go out and plug the leak. Billy goes with Captain Ryan to shut off the shit valve, and Matt gives all the credit to Ryan and Spike. They celebrate with a halfway home party even though their 3.5 year journey has just begun.
I'll see you all tonight. Bring your children, unless they have behavioral disorders. And bring them too. It's a party.
Ryan gets divorced from his polyamorous marriage, and Karen's doormat of a husband, Frank, gets shamed by the entire crew because they think he caused the cloud of shit orbiting the ship to leak into space.
Hey, I got a button on the end of my fist. You want to press it with your face? Button dick?
Seemingly out of nowhere, the ship starts to beep. Spike, the retired Mars astronaut, informs them that the noise they're hearing is an oxygen leak, causing hysteria.
The running out of air, is it as bad as they say? Or not as bad?
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, like, first you get like a grittiness in your eyes, and then your tongue is literally gonna boil in your mouth before you just pass out and you just never wake up again.
Don't forget the organ failure.
Oh, I almost forgot the organ failure.
Judd makes a public service announcement to cut out any unnecessary breathing on the ship.
Indeed, all of our words must now be brief. That is because we're running out of breathable air. We will plug this leak, but until we do, you must remain breathing steadily and cut out all unnecessary conversation. No sighing, no gasping, no unnecessary sneezing, no flouncing. If you have to be passive-aggressive, do it only with your eyes.
Towards the end of episode 6, Billy informs the passengers that the beeping isn't from an oxygen leak, but went off because the ship needed to be recalibrated after a baby was born, while Judd turns the shit cloud orbiting the ship into a strangely beautiful light show.
Wow.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Until you really think about it.
Who knew shit could be so enchanting?
Frank sees the Pope John Paul II's face in the lit-up shit cloud, creating a cult-like following on the observation deck. Rob, the leader of Mission Control, plans on using the supply shuttle to bring Judd back to Earth, so he can deflect the blame she's getting back on Earth for suggesting to kill 500 non-essential people. Billy comes up with the brilliant idea of, instead of jettisoning 500 people out of the airlock, they jettison the equivalent of 500 people and non-essential items out of the airlock instead. Rob boards a supply ship, not realizing there is only enough room for 2 passengers. Judd takes away Ryan's all-inclusive status, rendering him homeless on the ship.
You narcissist. You've erased me. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to eat? Where am I supposed to sleep? I'm as mad as a fucking bear.
Call security. There's a bald hobo threatening.
I just did.
The passengers see the captain bald, and the weird VFX artist woman claims that they are in a reality show.
What else isn't real? I mean, he's out of his hair and makeup. He doesn't have his costume on. We're in a reality show.
I bet we're not even in space.
Wow, you guys are stupid, even for rich people.
Hey, don't talk to rich people like that.
The fanatical VFX woman gets the crew riled up as she marches over to the airlock after the mob convinces each other that they are really on Earth and it's just a part of some reality show.
It is the universe that is the simulation, not the ship.
Universe?
The smallest subatomic particles we can see look like pixels. This is all a game, but it feels real. And if you go out there, you will die within the simulation. The code is 5335. You can do it. I mean, free will, right? But I think in your heart, you're 99% sure that that's wrong.
Eat my asshole! Actually, I've changed my...
While the show's main characters are trying to find Matt before he tries to kill himself for the deaths of the idiotic passengers that threw themselves out of the airlock, Rav arrives at Avenue 5, looking for Judd. When Rav finds him, she slaps him and tells him he needs to get on the shuttle and head back to Earth. When people hear that, they all start running for the supply shuttle and fight over who is going to get the only extra seat in the shuttle. Iris tries to get Judd to get in the shuttle when Karen gets back from releasing the luggage from the wrong side of the ship.
The whole point is to jettison from the back of the ship because that's what pushes you forwards in the direction you want to go. You've got to shit out of the back of the ship. This is basic shitting.
Even babies know that, Karen. They shit out the back pretty consistently.
Karen, babies shit from the back. I've seen babies do that. They do it in diapers.
Wait, does no one teach physics in America? Somebody explain it properly.
After Judd hears that, he's frantic to get on the shuttle, but Iris and the shuttle's pilot are trapped inside as the shuttle starts to disengage from the ship. Iris is launched back to Earth, leaving Judd without his highly valued assistant that helps run his business and his life day to day.
You think she can hear me?
No, but you may as well keep screaming.
Iris! Ah!
Bye.